Yes.
Thanks a lot. I want to ask a DRC and also about ABA. The DRC question is one that I've been, I know that on Friday it was said that the Forced Intervention Brigade and MONUSCO weren't involved. So I just weren't involved in the fighting of FARDC against M23. So I know a peacekeeper did die, and I just wanted to get, I guess, the UN, what's the UN's description? What was the Forced Intervention Brigade, doing at that time? There was a description by France, but I'd rather get the Secretariat's one. And then I have this ABA question, if you don't mind. Okay,
no.
The ABA one has to do with, it seems like despite it being, countenanced against by the Security Council and by the Secretary General's statement, that there is a sort of informal referendum taking place. There are pictures of ballots being cast, by residents of ABA, and I wanted to know what does the UN make of this?
Well, we've said very clearly, it's not countenance. We've said that that there should not be unilateral moves undertaken, that this should be done in a consensual fashion. So I'd refer you to the most recent statement that was made on this topic by us with regard to the Force Intervention Brigade. It is not undertaking offensive operations at this stage, but it's working as part of the UN mission to protect civilians. The Force Intervention Brigade troops have been intensely engaged in protection of civilians activities, just as the other MONUSCO troops in North Kivu. And this is in order to minimize the harm to civilians in the recent clashes between the M23 and the Congolese army. The Tanzanian peacekeeper was killed in an ambush by the M23 while he was on a protection of civilians patrol in a zone known as the Governor Hills on the Kwinanja-Rutshuru axis, and that's 25 kilometers north of Goma. Contrary to what you've been saying, Matthew, I did not say no. I said at that time. Okay, so I think you should be careful about that. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Have a good afternoon. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
Since you called me on that.
A second.